purposefully didn't go until someone went.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh. Because as soon as
Nuh-uh.
you left, Adrian's like, oh, and there she goes, and it wasn't me.
All right.
Alright.
So, let me go turn off my light. So, last we left off, the crew of the Valiant, upon leaving the Radiant Citadel, after finding out rumors and speculations that a ship has been causing trouble and chaos in the Astral Sea, one with the nameplate on the side of the ship called the Valiant. Upon leaving, you all attracted some eyes, and some ships were starting to follow you, but thanks to your quickness, you managed to escape pretty quickly. Upon doing so, a few days of travel later, you all encountered some void golems, and upon their defeat, they dropped a void scroll that Fukler procured and is now in his current possession. From there, Chakna showed Bayhorn how to repair the ship slightly, and you all decided to do your bits of work in peace for each other. Some people looked for a secret room in the ship. Some others decided to continue their work with forging and working on their book and their copying of the said book. But during the 11th day of travel, with 6 days left to go due to some unforeseen weather patterns and obstructions, it seems like Glenn had found more of her memory through the last few days of rest. And she explained how she traversed a odd void and obsidian-like structure, pulsating with magical runes and energy, filled with these odd constructs, these objects that were patrolling the area that seemed to give no mind or credence to her, either because she was not seen as a threat or because they did not notice her. She does not know why. And upon giving the explanations of what she saw in this giant monolith in the middle of the room that showed her different possibilities of her own life, of potential allies gained or enemies made, or relationships garnered or relationships broken. And upon her finishing, everybody seemed to have gotten into a slightly heated debate on whether what to do, what the architect is doing. And eventually it culminated into Chakna stepping in and stating that since they're already so close, at the very least we finish off our current objective of garnering and gathering his soul and see if they could put it back together within his body. And from there, we gather allies, because the only place that you all know of at the current moment that you might be able to find any sort of history or old lore is going to be at Strixhaven, which is currently hunting you all down with the Orkey in tow. And as you guys are all standing in the mess hall, as you guys are still talking and debating amongst yourselves, Bayhorn, what do you do? What do you think of the whole entire situation?
Like of the whole memory thing and what we're supposed to be doing now.
Yeah, due to the fact that you were the one who talked the least last session, so I'm giving you the reins right now.
I think this is a horrible idea, and that usually horrible ideas go very interestingly. So when are we going to get started? And do I have time to finish building my shit?
Probably not. At least, not for a while.
Honk honk.
Alright, so am I making identities for everybody?
hold
I
up
mean,
on
you can
that.
do that once we get Chocna's soul back from the rock he's on.
Well,
I'm pretty
here's
sure
the thing
that's the main goal, because if Chocna dies right now, there's no way he's coming back.
no. But we can always go with his idea of finding people who can assist with this heist who would be better suited for a heist, because I'm not very skilled in this. I'm
I'm
not
very
very.
sneaky. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're
I'm
funny.
not skilled either.
Says
What
the
do you mean
assassin.
What are you talking about?
We all know what we're talking about. Anyway.
What are you talking about?
You. That's what. Anyway.
Anyway. There is a planet, if I remember right, not too far from Quimaris that we could go to. A hub area for this area of the galaxy universe that we could get potential supplies and perhaps someone who might be better suited for the heist and who Strixhaven doesn't know, or we also don't need to make a disguise for. And we can essentially send in a smaller group who are far more suited for a heist, get them in, then once you escape out, we come and pick you up.
Man, I'm so cooked.
And since you, Bayhorn, are the most suited and skilled at this task, you would be leading the ground team.
You understand how horrible this idea has now turned, right?
Didn't you just say the more crazier the idea sounds, the more you're in?
No, I said the more interesting.
This is
As in,
interesting.
I'd love to see how it turns out, not do the turning out.
Either way, you're gonna be required to go down.
Who's the rest of my team? Can I bring Fugler with me for emotional support?
We're going to find out who the rest of our team is. We need to probably go recruit them.
Well, do you have any ideas? Because I don't
Fugler,
really
I'm
have
gonna
any
do
many.
plastic surgery on you.
What level of plastic surgery are we talking about?
Enough.
What does that mean?
You're gonna be an elf.
Takes out dagger. Enough.
How about we just turn everybody else into lizards so they look better, huh? This is probably a better idea. Yeah,
All right,
no?
well then let me get some skin grafts from you. Holds dagger more menacingly.
This is a good point.
Hence why I said perhaps we should find people who don't need a disguise and are better suited for this mission.
Well, I need a disguise.
Do you have anybody in mind?
Well, I pointed out Pyra,
Queen won't let you.
and we don't know that.
If you can
Most
convince
likely
the
not.
queen, holy shit, good. Yeah, no. If you could convince the queen, yeah, maybe. Okay, maybe. But until then, I feel like we're shit out of luck on that. We thought about Bayhorn's buddies and associates, which is
I
maybe
don't have a whole lot of those.
the ones you had before Strixhaven. Which maybe.
One of those includes Kintsugi, so possibility.
Where's Kitsugi? I wanna go talk to her again.
Probably at Strixhaven, if I had to guess.
She might not be.
Either way, another possible help, depending on where he's at, is Apacnia.
Huh?
hear Chakna speak up, and he said, I haven't been able to keep track of my brother in years after the asteroid and Quadratum fell. He must be on some sort of pilgrimage somewhere.
He probably is, but hopefully he is nearby.
I'm not too sure. He always wanted to explore the stars as much as I did. However, he and I had differences in education and how to do things.
Just about it.
I would assume he would have probably went to different prime material worlds to explore their forests and their teachings. It's like finding a needle in a haystack, but that needle is covered in dozens of haystacks altogether.
There is possible material planes around Mars.
What if we just made a bunch of simulacrons of people?
Are you able to cast Simulacrum?
If
We
one
don't even
helps
know what
me.
we're gonna do when we get there. We need to go get Chakna's soul back.
That is
We
priority
have-
number one.
We have no idea what we're even gonna do at Strixhaven. We have no way to scope out what's gonna even happen. It's on a separate plane of existence, anyways, so we have to figure out how to get there. Ugh.
We're just gonna rob the place.
Anyway,
So-
one thing at a time.
I agree.
Adrian,
Yes.
how do simulacrums work? What's the criteria of casting simulacrum?
Burning your back.
Not that one.
The thing for simulacrum as a spell, it's a 7th level illusion. It takes snow or ice in quantities sufficient enough to make a life-size copy of the creature, along with some hair, fingernail clippings, or any other piece of the creature's body placed in the snow or ice. You also need a ruby worth 1,500 gold pieces to be dusted and sprinkled over the contents to make the spell work.
But like,
So-
I can just cast that because if I have an upgrade for my back, right?
Yes.
So then, what's the criteria for summoning, like, a person, like, just a
You can
random
only
person?
summon. You can only summon yourself with your simulacrum on your back. If you needed to summon somebody else, you would need their bodily. You need a bodily thing, like I said, like a hair or fingernail or something like that. Plus, you also need the gem. Basically,
And
you can
being able
use
to
the
cast
spell
it as
on
a spell.
yourself. You can use a spell on your back on yourself for free, but if you want to do it for anybody else, it's going to cost you.
Adrian, if I assume another identity and then make a simulacrum of myself, do they come out automatically assuming that identity and believing that they are that person?
But they would look exactly like you underneath all the disguise.
So like, even if I changed what I look like to look like a
Yes, even
completely
if you
different
change what
person,
you look like.
they would
Yes.
look like Bayhorn.
Yes, they would.
So I'd have to go through the process of making them look different too.
Yes.
But they would believe that there's someone else.
Well, I mean, you can force yourself to believe you're someone else, but for the simulacrum, it would think that it's you, but it's on like a quest or a mission that it's somebody else.
Alright, I have a potential idea.
Simulacrums of all of us.
Simulacrums of people. They'll all be of myself, because I don't have that much money to throw around like that. I know I've got money, but not that much.
Just 7
But
simulacrums of Behor.
how
They
many
all
times
think
are
they're someone
you
else.
how many times are you capable of creating a simulacrum?
Oh, once a day. But
How
only with
long
Vortecheron's help.
and how long do they last?
Till they die. It's a
Are
regular
you
simulacrum, pretty sure. Right, Adrian?
What's up?
Isn't simulacrum just until they die? And I can make as many as I want?
Simulacrum is, let's see here.
Alright.
The casting
Yes.
time is 12 hours?
12 hours. And it does last until it goes to 0.
And I can have as many as I want, right?
As long as you have the materials to do so. However, if you cast a spell again, the duplicate that you have active will be destroyed.
Oh, really?
Yes.
that's
Alright.
You're
The
limited to
simulacrum...
one copy. To one copy.
Okay, well, here's the thing. The simulacrum... It inherits all of my abilities before I casted it, right? Like, it is
Let's
me
see here.
pre-casting?
It is the same as the original, but half the creature's maximum HP and no equipment. The simulacrum.
Are you trying to
never
utilize the
Really
soul
fucking
gem
much.
to change your class and then
It can't use
Nah.
any expended spell slots. It can't regain expended spell slots. So it will be you, but it'll be half your maximum HP, and it will never regain any spells that it uses.
Yeah. Okay. But it comes out as me pre-casting, right?
Yes.
So couldn't I just do that thing where I cast Simulacrum, it makes me, and then it casts Simulacrum and it makes itself?
It'll
And then I just keep
so
going?
basically when simulacrum hits, your spell is used. So that means on you, your body and your
That's why I said
arcane in you,
pre-casting.
it'll okay, then it won't be pre-casting. It'll be just after you casted the 7th level spell.
Okay.
So it'll come out without simulacrum.
Darn. I got one.
we'll table this until we're closer to our potential heist time. One thing at a time. We're not even to Quimaris yet. And when we get there, we may
Okay.
or may not have to fight space crabs. So
Oh god. How many enemies have you guys made? Be honest.
Very few.
Very many.
no,
I have
no.
made very few enemies.
Space
You have
crabs.
probably more than me.
Space
Probably.
crabs.
Oh,
You make-
crabs? I thought you said
Crabs.
crafts.
No. Space crabs.
Can we eat them?
I would not recommend.
Fugler?
Why?
Can we eat them?
Technically,
Did Needle teach you that we can eat those?
I'm pretty sure we can.
Alright, then we're gonna hunt some space crabs then.
I have no idea how they taste.
We're gonna find out.
I'll have to
Anyway.
do some research. Why did you make an enemy of the space crabs? Also, how intelligent are these space crabs?
Not that intelligent.
Hmm.
Can I
So
cast
they don't
Awaken on
probably
them?
have a greater society.
No.
Then that's not that big of an enemy. Probably we can't rely on the Githyanki because of somebody.
They started it, and you're about to see what they
Racist.
did.
Chakna, have you made any enemies?
I've made a few. Get the
Powerful
of
ones?
course. There was this one female rogue spy that, well, she's gone now, but I made an enemy of her. To be honest, I try to stay friendly with as many people as I can.
Dude,
I guess
same.
the only people that I've made enemies with have been enemies of the Valiant.
So the entirety of Quadradum currently, because of
Yes.
you fuck asses, leaving me asleep while I was. Oh my god, you dumbasses! You could have talked your way out of it. I 100% guarantee. But that's
We could not
besides
have
the
talked
point.
our way out.
I guarantee you could have. Besides the point.
With the submission of the ship into their possession and all of us under arrest, and half of the crew executed, then yes, we could have totally talked our way out of it.
We still could have talked them down from how angry they were and scared. Besides that, we have maybe a couple different people on Erisire. Bayhorn, do you have any memories from your past you can remember? Just so we, don't run into any of those.
I'd probably have to go do that like super meditation to remember that, like exactly, but like
Mhm.
I don't remember off the top of my head right now as we're speaking.
Okay.
From what I know of what Isolde has told us, the Red Wizards.
Well, yeah, but they're bitches.
Those are also in Faerun, aren't they? I'm pretty sure. So we're good for now. But we don't exactly have any super huge enemies. And does anybody have a Dean's list from Strixhaven? That would be really good to know so we can try and narrow down who exactly might be traitorous and who we actually like.
No, but you can always
You
go
see,
ask Valentine.
you do see Glenn raise her hand, and she says, "I have something of that nature."
You have the dean's list?
Well, I mean, not the
Or
dean's list, but a
or at
list
least
of the deans.
a list of the deans, yeah, no.
Yeah, give me one moment.
I
And she pulls out her bag. And you see she does that thing again where she does the puppeteering strings of arcane magic on the bag. And when she finishes, she reaches all the way in and she kind of you hear rumblings and you hear things fall over a little bit, and then she pulls out this book.
It's definitely a portable habitat.
And she dusts off the front of it, and it says in common Strixhaven 101.
Strixhaven 101.
Did you buy this
101.
from the gift store?
You
Well, I
you
mean,
bought the
it-
manual?
no, it came with my it came with my
Your Xbox dipshit.
Fuck
no,
off.
it came with my scholarship when I was assigned and rolled in.
You had a
Oh.
scholarship?
Well, I did too, buddy.
You
I
had a
used
scholarship?
to, I think.
Well,
Yes, we
yeah.
all did.
I didn't really
mean,
come from that good of a family, I'm gonna be honest. Well, they were kind of well off, but I wouldn't exactly be called rich by any standards.
Go
So.
off.
So
Like-
I have the faculty and of every single college here. I have Loreholds here. We have the Dean of Order, Augusta Talus. We have the Dean of Chaos, Pollard. We have Hofari Ghostforge, is a high professor of order at the Lorehorde facility. We have Oskir, the Reconstructor. And then we have Loshil, the Clockwork Scholar. So that's all of Lorehold's main faculty. Of course, there's many others, but they don't give us the whole list here. For Prismari, we have Ovilda Miscoiler, the Dean of Perfection. We have Nasiri, the Dean of Expression. Then for their faculty, we have Veyran, the Voice of Duality. Zafari, the Thunder Conductor. I know it's kind of a funny name. Then we have Arkin Minexis, the instructor, and that's Olive Prismari's faculty. For Quandrix, we have Kyan, the Dean of Substance, Inbraham, the Dean of Theory. We have the Twin Caster teachers. We have Adrix and Nev. The Theorist, there's Dika. And then there's the professor there of Rushia. At Silverquill, that's my college. It's Shalane Thalenrook, Ambrose Liu. Well, Shalane is the Radiance Dean, and Ambrose is the Dean of Shadow. We have Brianna, the Demagogue, and then we have the Enforcer, Nils. We have the Scriptology Professor, Brenneth Blackstone, and we have Broker, Flame. And then at Witherbloom, I'm assuming you know Lisette, the Dean of the Root, and Valentine, the Dean of the Vein. We have the Seer, Willow Dust, and we have the Summoner of Gloom, Tivash. The Arcanobiologist, Vedera Lang. We have the Gardener, Eudora, and the Master Chef, Grimaud. And as far as I can tell, that's the majority and the more important faculty members of each college. You see Glenn just close up the book and places the book back inside the bag, and she zips it up.
Okay. So, how much longer do we have till we reach that asteroid?
Probably like a week.
God. Is that true, Chagna?
Yeah, we have about 6, give it 7 or 8 days, just in case if we ran into any bad terrain on the way there.
Terrain?
Well, maybe another void storm, or maybe we have to do repairs on the ship, or we get into some combat. The Astral Sea is very unpredictable.
Alright. So, we have no idea what we're doing. It seems about normal. We need to go back to Strixhaven to get information on the... God damn it, we were there. We were actually there. Fuck. Okay.
But we had no idea what was even happening at that time.
No, we had no idea. I mean, we could just go to the Astral Dragon. Ask him what's going on. Go to the very edge of the universe, ask him what's going on, see if we can help him. Jeez. How are we gonna do this?
Magic.
We're gonna do this one step and one ally at a time.
There seems to be many steps on the stairs you're walking down missing.
You have legs. You can jump.
Exactly.
Holy fucking shit, Bayhorn, I'm going to murder you.
me.
On top of that, whatever the architect
Fuck.
really has planned. Whatever is happening, this is going to affect not just every mortal being, but this could affect the gods themselves. Perhaps
will.
we could get them on our side, even if they were to just give us a boon.
Some of them would. Some of them might be for it. You ever think of that? Some of them
Perhaps.
might already have plans for when this event happens. So, I wouldn't exactly count that as getting allies. More like
No,
just getting favors.
exactly. Which is why I'm saying a boon. We can always
Fuck.
reach out to them. We do have a true and the one paladin of the cult.
Who's trying to come up with a plan.
You got this.
We have
I have a
someone.
question.
Go ahead.
How many kingdoms have you been to in the Valiant?
Oh, that's a good question.
How many allies do you already have? Is probably a better question.
Uh,
Because we could probably start there and then start branching off. Because once you find a good list, we might be able to travel around the Astral Sea and find people we could use, instead of just guesstimating people we could find. Finding allies you already have, because how long have you had this ship for, Kayasaya? Or how long have you been traveling in this ship for? Even before it was reconstructed.
um, almost 300 years at this point.
Then you should have plenty of people. There should be plenty of people you've met along the way that would be willing to help us. And those people probably know people as well. So, Captain, for all intents and purposes, if you could probably put a list together of places and people you have met, that would probably be the best place for us to start. I don't have near as many years living, at the very least,
Well,
as you have been traveling around the Astral Sea.
here's the fun thing with traveling around the Astral Sea ship. Each realm, each planet has its own time. So from there, time flows on different. There's planets where most likely centuries have passed, and it's only been maybe 100. And the people I do know could be long gone. Their descendants are.
Well, it's a better place to start than none, right? Currently, we have really no other options.
On top of that, while the Astral Sea is very large, the amount of realms, the amount of planets that I have been to have life, ironically, is not that full. There are other several astral domains that I've been to, like the Radiant Citadel.
Okay. That being said, let's start with the big ones. The Sword Coast, Baldur's Gate, shit. A couple other big cities, settlements, places,
So
allies in places like those where time passes relative to most, and where we could actually still go find allies. That's because you
I've,
probably have quite a few, I'd imagine. If
I've
not, well,
ironically,
oh fuck.
a surviving former crew member is at Whitestone on Alexandria,
Really?
and she had a child too.
Oh lord.
That was 30 years ago for herself. I'm not exactly sure how fast or slow time time on exam is. But even if she cannot help, she can always point us into direction.
I agree. So, after we get Chalknut's soul back, we should go to Exandria? Because balls deep in Strixhaven is probably a really bad idea. Really, really bad. Without at least some backup.
Well,
Because
there.
I feel like all of the Grand Wizards, whether they are with the people that have taken it over or are being forced to by the people that have taken it over, would eviscerate us within seconds.
100%. I mean, look at what they just did to Valentine.
I agree.
And from what we know, granted, our information could have been misleading, but they could have killed another dean for refusing to assist. So, of what deans do remain are most likely forced to assist,
Okay.
which means all the deans and remaining faculty are most likely going to be against us.
Chakna? No, not Chakna. Adrian, I have a question.
Yes, what is your question?
This is outside of Dean. Figure out if we were framed or if it was because Kyrian stole the book. Did we ever truly figure that out?
You were more led to believe that you were more likely framed than the book initially.
Good to know.
But it seemed like the book was more of like point.
Okay. So, not to mention, Kayasaya, don't you still have somebody on there that may and or may not have framed you and us down in the restricted section of the library? Which means you yourself actively have enemies in Strixhaven.
Well, we all technically have active enemies in Strixhaven that are key or tracking us. I mean, they
Well, yes,
use
but I
said
mean
book to
somebody
track
who
us.
specifically framed you. Because Bayhorn has amnesia. Nobody should know he's, like, alive. I'm a student who got a scholarship. Kyrian was on a fireball and arrived there by accident.
And I spent literally 90% of my time in the little hut they gave me trying to resurrect Chakna.
Which means they
I,
had plenty of time to find you.
however, I barely interacted with anyone outside of Lynette.
Which means they had plenty of time and a person to find you.
But again, who and why?
That's a question for you.
I
I
have
don't
no
know.
idea.
Which means you are the most likely person to actively have somebody there that is working against you. Now, there could be just some enemy of the adult church that's just out to just fuck my day up, but
The
you're the most
largest,
likely scenario in this.
at that time, the largest enemies I would have had would have been any remnants of the Gith after the war. But I would have been among hundreds of captains in that war. I did damage, but I didn't do the most damage to the Gith outside of other ships. On top of that, the occasional pirate that we dealt with.
One of them is the dean. I'm pretty sure. Because who else would have known we would have been going to the restricted section? You know? Who else would have known we've been going down there? Who would have put us on the chopping block?
The
Right?
dean who allowed me access, who gave me access to who I was going for one of two. Lynette and Valentine.
That doesn't mean her lips were sealed on it. She probably had to confer in other people to try and get us down there into the restricted section. There's forbidden knowledge down there.
Yes.
So she probably had to check with a couple other deans themselves.
I never
Which-
really interacted with it.
Which means it's even greater chance that somebody is disguising themselves and is actively against you. I don't know. I'm spitballing here. Somebody framed us, and somebody is still out to get us.
Well, part of why they're out to still get us is because the leader of the Orkey, the basic army of Strixhaven, works for the architect, and we had to fight him.
Yeah.
And I will bet my gold, while we may have killed his body, he is still around.
No, we're just talking about this again. Ah.
Yes, and you started this. I was all for just continuing on our journey.
How would we continue our journey when we would hit the Strixhaven wall?
We're not even close to the Strixhaven wall. We're still a week out from Quinmaris.
Bayhorn, what do you think? Please, I need you to use your critical brain cells.
My critical brain cells. Are
Yes,
active.
activate your critical thinking skill for once, please!
My critical thinking skills are offline.
No.
Buchler, here's the
And you know
plan.
what, actually, Adrian?
What's the plan?
Never mind.
No, say it, please, for the love of God.
No, I tried to do a thing and have Adrian tell me a plan through an intelligence check.
Intelligence
Well, you
average.
can. I'll allow you to if you.
I
if you
rolled
like,
a 10.
Oh, what was the plan ideally?
Fukler actively
No, I
sneezes.
want you to tell me a plan.
Fukler actively sneezes in silvery barbs.
Oh boy.
Try it again at advantage.
Why don't you do it?
Try it. It was
Look.
your idea.
Look. Plan.
An
Here is a
18.
plan.
What was the plan?
I don't know. What was the plan? That's what
What?
I'm rolling for. I want you to tell me a plan that works.
So that plan that works for what? Give me like what would you need?
What's the safest way
hell.
to do the thing that we want to do? To
The safest way.
What's the most assured way? We're trying to think of ways to actively get into Strixhaven, and we're drawing up blanks.
I have
because
a
we're
plan.
trying to What is your plan? You have described very little of it.
Our plan is we continue this week of travel. We continue forward to Quinmaris. We recover Chocna's soul.
Okay.
From
all I'm getting is fixed Chakna.
that is part one of the plan. From there, we can move to the closest astral domain that I have been to in search of potential allies who can either help us with A, the big battle yet to come, or B, a heist on Strixhaven. From there, we can reprogram your gate
We can
to
probably
go
just
to
do the gate
Strixhaven.
now.
No, you got to reprogram it. But on
What
top
do
of
you
that,
mean by that?
let me finish my plan. We reprogram the gate to add on Strixhaven using the sword you got at Strixhaven. You and Chakna are going to have to work hard on this. On top of that, we can reprogram it to send us back to Quinmaris for emergencies. Quinmaris is in the middle, far out edge of the astral sea. It is, for fighting, relatively safe. a little hard to get to. One of the closest possible places we could go to for an astral domain would be the Ruby Palace, if I can find a way to track it. Otherwise,
What?
we'll go to Glorium, which is a portal town. And we search for allies who can perform the heist with us. Many people can to Bayhorn. Stealthy, sneaky, lockpicky. We then send them in via the gate, with Bayhorn leading the charge on that side, while we fly to Strixhaven in the ship, waiting just on the edge for them to complete it. Once they complete and give us the signal, because we should be close enough for the badges to work, we then swoop in, pick them up, and leave.
Okay. Couple questions. One, why Kunmaris? And two, what are we robbing Strixhaven for?
But Morris is Shakna's home. We have to go there anyway to fix him. That's where his soul is at. But Morris is...
Norris is not safe.
It's safe.
But what if it's not?
It's
What if
safe.
it's what if it's
But
covered in
what if
crabs?
it's not?
The only way
Like,
the only way it is not safe is, per se, you piss off the ancient dragon spirit.
What if it's covered in
Do you
crabs?
understand who you're talking to? You understand how many people I manage to piss off every day?
True.
On top of
This is
that,
true.
we can deal with the crab. They're on the outside. He lives on the inside. The crabs can't get in. The tunnels are too small. They're really big.
Alright, so are you absolutely certain that the only way that this place will not be safe is if we make this massive ancient dragon mad at us? You're absolutely sure there's nothing else that could possibly happen?
Yes. There is no city
Okay.
left.
Like, you'd bet your ship on it. Yeah, okay. Pick a new place.
Yeah, no. Okay.
This is among the most safest
No,
things in all of the
you did
Astral
not
Sea.
say yes. You did not say yes.
You didn't say yes. Okay, we'll figure out a safe place later.
What is a
are we
safe place?
stealing from Strixhaven?
We are
Probably
stealing.
Airshire.
No, Erisire is not safe either.
Airshire's safer than an ancient dragon spirit inhabited rock in the middle of the Astral Sea.
No, it is not.
Shaka.
No offense, Shaka. Oh my god.
Your home sounds like a lovely place.
Erisire is also full of a fuck ton of people
Mm-hmm.
who we would have to interact with. The
Mm.
only
I'm just
people
saying.
in Quimaris is going to be us.
I'm just saying.
The mountains.
It's
where
really
Eleanor
easy to
lived.
find a group of people when there's no one else there compared to when there is a lot of people there.
He's
I'm
right.
speaking from experience. It is
Counterpoint.
really easy to lose yourself in a crowd.
Counterpoint, there is no way to portal to Quimaris. There are no portal jumps nearby. On top of that, the only way to get here is via ship, and it is incredibly far away from any planes of existence and any astral domains.
Then how'd you marry Chakna?
Because he was out exploring space. Had a warrant on him.
He had a war. What are we stealing from Strixhaven? I've heard this like 5 times.
What we are stealing from Strixhaven is we are going... Well, Bayhorn and his team are going down into the archives again, all the way to the bottom to 1A and 1B. There, you are going to gather any and all information on the architect.
I thought we couldn't take information out Or is that just information we write down?
We can't take information out of the Forbidden Library.
That
We
you
can't.
write down. We can take shit out with our brains.
So you, this plan just got a lot worse. Actually, you're realizing you're sending the idiot thief down there to memorize shit.
With a team.
You better
know
have
what,
some
buddy?
smart ass people then.
Might send you down there with
know
a
what?
cubic gate or some shit.
You know what, Kayasaya? How would you feel about becoming a rogue for a day?
Hands secret gem. Hands soul gem.
All roads.
Oops, all
all roads.
roads. Hmm. The stealth is stealthing. My dexterity's 11.
If the alternative to being a wizard is to become a thief, no.
Oh my god. Okay,
So
so
you-
we're going to Quimaris.
This really sounds like condescension on thieves, except you're relying on a thief to get part of this job done.
Look, I'm racist. I'm not condescending, okay?
You are racist. But yeah, I agree.
A little bit. Not that bad. But so we're going to get Chakna's soul back. Go to a
Mhm.
nearby astral place so you can get people. Bring the people to Strixhaven. Strixhaven people come back with information.
Yes.
And then
Profit.
new plan.
From there, we review the information and share said information with our current allies and devise a further plan from there.
Okay.
This
cool.
sounds really, really,
Shitty.
really shitty.
Do you
I like
have
it.
any
I see so many
alternative plans?
holes.
Do you have any alternative plans?
We stay away from Strixhaven and we don't die.
Do you know any other places we can find out about the architect?
No.
I'm all ears.
Literally the
You've
only
already asked Vort, right?
yes.
Bort
And
says
we-
he doesn't know. So
Also, what's the guarantee that they know what the architect is?
Because
We have a
Strixhaven is
Genesis
home to
dragon
the
in there.
Strixhaven is home
1A
to
and
the
1B
most
literally
oldest.
said they have people finding out about it right now.
Yes.
But what if they're still working on it and haven't found anything out?
Well, they might have found something out. It's better to look where we first know
Adrian-
where information is than where we
Adrian,
don't
can
know.
I use the sending spell slab to talk to 1A and 2B?
That might
They're
be
not creatures; they're considered constructs.
Fuck.
They're automata. That would have been a fucking genius level fucking balls to the wall move there. But
Like if I have to ask them questions, I'll just ask them questions via a phone call.
However,
Your
they're
phone
constructs.
rings.
your phone ringing, big boy, pick up your phone. Have you tried calling the Lynette that they have there as a homunculus? Might work.
That's a homunculus, and I wouldn't want to notify our enemy of us doing anything.
That's fair. Okay. This is a shitty plan,
As I
but
said,
it might work.
I think we
Unless if you
divide the
could come up
plan
with another-
into an immediate plan, which is we go fix your husband,
exactly.
and then
From
we make a
there,
new plan.
we fixed my husband. From there,
No, that is
tried
the plan.
tracking either the Ruby Palace or we take the very long trip over to Galorum.
What is the fucking Ruby Powers and what is Galorum? Oh,
The
fuck are those?
Ruby
So-
Palace is akin to the Radiant Citadel. In very simple terms.
Kind of.
The Radiant Citadel has a baby brother? Like what?
No.
They more like the Radiant Citadel is one of the bigger and biggest cities in the Astral Sea.
Okay.
The Ruby Palace, which
Palace.
Kaiosai would know, which I'll just explain here. The Ruby Palace is an immense floating castle. It's not a city; it's just one castle.
Okay.
Is it
Featuring
hostile?
many gold-tinged spires. When spotted from below, the Ruby Palace looks like a red star that floats through the sky. but viewing it from above, it is a gleaming golden castle. It has inhabitants of a ruby dragon and its practitioners, the Court of Five, as people knew. Different thanes resided in the Ruby Palace, and they're all different dragons.
Oh Lord.
They welcome travelers and explorers alike, but they are very, how should I say,
Stingy.
they're basically the D&D astral space equivalent of the Royal Palace in the United Kingdom.
Don't take anything. You can look, no touch.
They are all very powerful people because they are all dragons. They are very wealthy. The place is littered with gold, legitimately. The walls are also just gold in nature.
Oh, shit.
You could find allies there, and Kayasaya did once conduct a mission to help them out when there was a mystery murder that happened there.
Is there
And the whole entire castle went into lockdown.
Okay, and what was the other place Kayasaya mentioned?
The other place that Kayasai mentioned is currently the closest gate town that is nearby that you can use to teleport to another gate town nearly across the whole entire Astral Sea. It's called Glorium.
Glorium.
Glorium is a gate town that is on the edge of the Outlands. Glorium has two different planar gates. One that connects to Yizgard, and a second gate that is supposedly an entrance to Yggdrasil, but not many people know where it's at, and it's more of just a rumor that it has it.
I feel like a baby boy again. Like I have no idea what we're doing again.
And Glorium itself, its primary citizens are giants and humanoids. Its ruler, as Kayasai would know if they're still alive, their name is Teresa Bonebreaker.
Metal as hell. I want to fight him.
It is warriors are forged there. It's mainly villages of lodges, training fields, and farms. It's arranged along the fertile slopes of an icy fjord. And colossal serpentine statue towers rule and reside over the gate town.
Alright. So, get Chakna's soul.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Glorium. Find people.
Make friends.
Make friends. Once we find people, we'll make friends. We mayhaps go back to Strixhaven. Some of us will be hidden. Some of us will be really cool friends. Find a way into the lower levels of the secret library. That's under the real library.
Mm-hmm.
Which, it's not that hard to get there, I'm going to be real.
More like you guys stumbled into it by accident, pure dumb luck.
What was that, Adrian?
Don't worry about it.
What the fuck was that, Adrian?
You
want to say that again?
Are you insulting this librarian?
No. He's probably saying there's other dungeons under the library that we could have gone into.
Probably.
Which is
Likely.
fucking awesome. But we need to get to the forbidden section in Strixhaven. Once we have all those friends, they can gather as much knowledge as they can think of. Getting us knowledge about the architect. You know, we might be able to get Queen Aqua herself to be there, but I doubt her kid. She's more likely to go than her kid, you know?
But
I think
here's
she'd
the
be
thing
more
is,
likely to...
is
I think
having
she'd
a
be more
ruler
curious.
of a planet that's starting to be more prolific there at Street. You would have a lot of eyes on her.
Perfect! You
As
know?
a distraction.
Yes.
Or
While we gather
potentially.
information, and we promise her some information about the architect. Boom!
That could work. That makes the plan a little bit more helpful.
What do you think, Bayhorn? Do you think that helps us?
I think it's gonna be hard to disguise the queen of a city.
Oh my
No,
god.
no, no, no.
dude.
We're not gonna
Yes.
disguise her.
We're gonna send her on a diplomatic mission. Fukler uses his giant fingers. She might want to get her daughter into that school, so she's checking it out herself. And she's
Exactly.
going to meet the deans and like going to present herself. You know what I mean?
Because she's a high
Yeah,
prolific
no,
person,
that
she's
could
gonna be
work.
of high profile, so they're gonna be looking at her. They're gonna be watching her
And they're gonna have more security on and
around
around
her.
her because she's a new queen, which means there might be people out to get her. They don't exactly know her profile yet. They don't know what enemies she has. So there's going to be more security around her and the deans while they're talking,
Hmm.
which means less security on the restricted section. I like this idea. And if we promise her some information about the architect, let's say whatever we find out, we'll try and share some with her. We might be able to actually convince her to do this for us. You know what I mean?
We might actually be able to convince her to go into
I
the
like
Viper's
this idea.
nest and distract the Viper.
I like this idea.
I
What do you think, Chagna?
I think, to be honest, I think whatever plan we make up, as long as we got each other, we should be fine.
I agree.
Because no matter what, even if we fail, perish, in the end it won't matter because the architect is going to win. So all we can do now is just try. And if we succeed, we're one step closer to stopping it. It's a lot to think about. A lot of worry. But I think we'll be fine. I think it's a solid plan.
That
Let's
in the
just hope that
coming weeks, add more details.
Agreed.
Agreed.
this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, how do you
So-
feel about leading
Like,
a party?
No.
Yeah.
Bigger no.
Yes.
I'm gonna go work on my brobit now. Goodbye.
He just dips.
You know, if we ironically manage to get Pyra involved, you could possibly see how much she's grown.
Fukler is currently flipping you off with his robotic hand.
Bayhorn pokes his head
Yeah.
back. Hey Fukler, you wanna help me in the forge?
Actually, yes. Chakna, you want to help me reprogram the cube to go to Strixhaven?
I can do that.
Uh,
See to it.
he's got other things to work on right now, though.
What things?
He's upgrading my spell discs.
Greedy. Alright, you can go ahead and do that, Chakna. I'm messing with y'all. I'm going to try and get all the rest of this stuff in this book put down. I have a couple people who might be interested in buying a copy.
You managed to get that book down. You're gonna make a lot of money.
Yes, I know.
So not only would you possibly have essentially infinite wealth, you could live for up to 5,000 years to spend that wealth.
Yes. I'm glad you're figuring it out.
Does this mean you're going to buy a ship?
I don't know about up to 5,000. Where'd you pull that number from, Kai-Sai, where'd you get
What
that
do
number
you
from?
know?
What do you
Kai-Sai, where'd you
mean?
get that number from? Where'd you get that number from? I don't have that number. Pause. Shelby? Shelby, what did you just do? Oh no.
I may or may not know things from a certain omnipotent being.
Adrian,
This is why I left. I was like, fuck
Adrian,
this shit.
What's up?
Adrian, did you just spill spoilers?
No, I did not.
No, did she just spill spoilers?
Did she?
Yeah.
No.
No?
No.
You promise?
I
You
pinky
promise?
promise. I could give you a pinky promise.
Okay, pinky promise.
You know,
Okay.
pinkies.
Okay. I don't know where she pulled that number from, but it's slightly concerning. Where'd she pull that number from, Adrian? Where'd you get it?
Seems like you forgot. Seems like you forgot. It's alright.
Me forgot? Me what forgot?
Oh, you forgot.
Don't forget things about the
You
hammer, Adrian.
forgot.
You forgot something about the hammer.
You didn't tell me something, obviously.
I don't know, buddy.
What? Huh?
Damn.
No.
You forgot.
Okay, now you're just fucking with me because I know. Did I forget?
Are you sure?
Are you sure about that?
Positive.
I'm like so sure, dude. I know that pond showed me getting old, but like, where the fuck was I told that? Where the hell was I told that? I don't remember that at all.
A certain omnipotent being told you.
He did not. He did not. The rules on the hammer state that I get.
He has to read it now to make sure he's not going fucking insane.
Yeah, I know. I'm doing that. Give me a minute. Whenever you slay a creature in combat, you gain half of the creature's remaining natural lifespan added to your own. I have not been told about a cap, and if there is a cap, Q didn't fucking tell me.
What if there's no cap? What if you just let it go?
I need to talk to Q.
Call for him right now. See if he answers.
Q, please, I have questions. I have questions I need answers to.
Alright, roll me a religion or persuasion check.
Well, they're both pretty okay, but persuasion's a +7, religion's a +6. Please! I'm gonna need silver bar. I need answers. Please!
You don't get answers, boy.
Please!
That's better.
19?
He's not gonna come unless I get a 20, I'm pretty sure.
After about 2 to 3 minutes, no one shows up.
I'm going to do silvery bars again.
Damn.
Please!
What did he get this time?
22.
Oh, it's getting better.
You, I need answers, and I'm freaking out.
After about 5 to 6 minutes,
I just
You
rolled
just
all my spell
hear-
slots, by the way.
you just hear
Damn.
something in your head. You hear Q
Oh.
going, a bit of apologies. I'm currently stuck between the middle of a indiscriminable void and a pulling gravity well. I'll be back within a month. And that's it.
Fugler currently looks like he's having a stroke. One side of his face is going down, while the other side of his face is perfectly fine.
Are you okay, buddy?
No, because of you. You're making me think I forgot something.
Because of you.
I'm sorry?
Where
Goddamn.
did you get the 5,000 number? Where?
Roll a history check.
No, history check.
I almost rolled a nat 20.
Damn.
I will still rebarbs you. Reroll.
19 for a 21. Please. I need to know.
Should I give him the answer, Shelby? Or do you want
No.
to say it out loud because you know it?
So, when Q handed you the hammer and told you about it, you started like talking about how you don't want to live for fucking ever. So he told you it caps out at 5,000 years.
Cedric, I'm gonna need you to pull up the video.
That's all you, buddy.
Cedric, you have the video saved. I know you do.
Does he?
I don't know if I
He
do.
used to record D&D.
I used to
used
do
to?
it, but I don't know if I have it anymore. Like, I don't know if I have that specific moment, but I can go look later.
If you have a D&D folder, I will look through it all.
I
Holy
do have a
fucking
D&D
shit.
folder, but you can't look in there. There's things you can't see.
Oh man, shucks. Okay.
But
What
yeah,
are there
no,
spoilers
you
for that Adrian told me?
specifically asked to not be completely immortal, so it got capped.
You nerfed yourself, nerd.
Still gonna live longer than you, fuck ass.
Exactly.
I'm gonna have to talk to Q though. Need to have a word, because I don't remember that 5,000 years at all. And I'm gonna have to look at that video later.
I think someone's getting a little bit more obsessed with power.
I don't know about obsessed with power, more like obsessed with double checking myself, because I actually don't remember that. Like, actually.
Oh my god.
Like, actually, I don't remember that at all.
I do.
I don't.
Or shame.
Shame me as much as you want. It's not on the hammer, so I didn't remember it. Awakened state. The wielder gains a +2 bonus to damage rolls. Upon slamming down your gavel, using 100 years or more, you emit a holy shockwave that travels to the creature of your choice up to 60 feet. Deal 2d10 of force damage to the creature. Add 1d10 for every 100 years used. Gain 1d4 times 10 pounds, 20 pounds. You gain resistance to necrotic damage. Whenever you slay a creature in combat, you gain half the creature's remaining natural lifespan added to your own. Divine ability. Upon dying, breath consume 1,000 souls to bring you back to life. When you roll your maximum amount of hit dice, then you roll your maximum amount of hit dice. You roll the hit dice to determine the health you recover. That is the entire hammer. It's not on there.
Yes, it is. It is not on there.
Alright, so I'm
Gonna go lay down after your panic.
No, I'm fine.
Sure.
I'm good.
You're twitching
fine.
a little.
No, I'm not. I'm fine.
Please.
Please help! I need my blankie.
I'm fucking tweaking.
Let's go get Chognut's soul back. I need to copy down my book. And Fukler is going to go to the holodeck to turn it into an office with a fireside, so he can use his paper to copy down all the stuff from the book, and he's going to start writing stuff down into the book. And I am going to, before I do that, I'm going to use sorcery points to do a bunch of wandangle, fangle, numb stuff. So sorcery points, I can use 2nd level. I can use a 2nd level sorcery point slot. 2 sorcery points to gain back 1 level. Then I can use a 2nd level spell slot to turn into sorcery points, which turns into 3. And then I'm going to use 2 again to make another 1st level spell slot. Because I don't want to... I'm brute forcing my silvery barbs back. because
Good lord.
copying this book is very important. It's greater than Fukler is, and he understands that.
Mhm.
Because there's only one of these books in the entirety of the multiverse. That's what the legends say, anyways. And
Yeah.
so he's wanting to make sure the records that are kept in it stay in this one, even if the book doesn't itself.
Okay. Smart idea.
And so currently I'm redoing his Silvery Barb spell slots. So just in case he fucks up, edit undo. And he is going to copy and read once more.
Control sips.
Okay.
Yep.
As you go and copy and read once more in the holodeck office, Kaisa, you currently have Chakna in the forge with you about your spell discs.
Mhm.
He explains that upgrading your spell disc is going to take a considerable amount of time.
Mhm.
So, how much would you like to put work onto it now?
I will assist. If we both work on it,
Okay.
how long will it take?
Let me take a look.
We're essentially just transferring one magic item.
Mhm. Yes, because you're doing the whole, whatchamacallit, the Dunamancy staff, and you're putting it over there.
I'm just moving two
So-
spells and charges over.
That makes it considerably a lot harder. Because just upgrading your spell disc to be, you know, a +1 weapon, like a more magical variant of itself, is far easier than legitimately deconstructing a very rare attunement item and then moving its properties to somewhere else. That'll take a considerable amount of time. With the both of you, if you were to work on this day in, day out with no stops, probably within a month.
Oof.
That's with basic rolls. If you had good rolls, maybe 2 to 3 weeks.
Oof.
It's because you are completely deconstructing a magical item and then transferring some of it over to something else that is already inherently magic. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's why typically those who have a magic item don't deconstruct them. Because one, why would you? It'll take a considerable amount of time to bring it to something else. Unless you have the time and the money and resources to do it. Or just sell it and then try to get something else that could replace it. Or just bite the bullet and use your attunement slot to keep it.
We don't have an attunement.
Well, sometimes you gotta pick and choose your items.
I have. Up anything.
Then it seems like you are stuck with what you got for now. You could do it. Do you wish to do so? Because once you start the process, there is no going back.
What else could we do to my spell discs within the week?
Within a week, if you both rolled really well, you could probably give it an upgrade to a +1 spell disc item. That means your spells would have a +1 modifier to hit and damage rolls.
What about charges?
Charges? That would require more than just a week. Because at that point, it's like the Ring of Spell Storing. That's basically charges of spells. So you're trying to imbue a thing that's already inherently magical with something else that's magical in nature.
Okay, what about if we upgrade my barrier tattoo?
A barrier tattoo? Do you have a tattoo artist and the dust and gems to do so?
Not as artful.
But does he do tattoos?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Tribal tattoos of his tribe.
That somebody else placed on him.
I don't think you're getting out of this one.
Do you also have the necessary gems to upgrade your spell tattoo? Because it would then have to start taking up half your body.
Uh-uh.
How much do you want to upgrade then?
Uh,
Because currently you have an uncommon barrier tattoo.
yes. This one would cover
So,
an entire limb if I were to
yes.
upgrade.
Yes.
This is what I wanted to do. Go from rare.
So you would have to unattune to your barrier tattoo, which then would magically appear the needle with the tattoo ink inside. Then you would have to find the necessary gems and materials to give you more of that barrier tattoo and upgrade the needle, which you do not have. The barrier tattoo is a finite resource.
Needs gem dust, you said, and ink. Do you have ink?
I have regular ink.
Do you have the required ink?
I don't know.
Does she have the required ink?
She has 8 ounce of ink. However, you can replicate ink. The process of making ink into magical ink requires that gem dust.
Oh, so she needs regular ink and gem dust to make it work.
Yes.
And she needs how much gem dust?
It is going from a rare to, or an uncommon to a rare. So that's about, I would say, about like 500 gold pieces worth of gem dust.
God damn!
Because you're going from one uncommon tier to a rare tier.
AKA.
Things
And
are
you need
expensive, man.
and you need a person to do this, like to do this
You
for
need
you.
you need somebody to do it for you. Chocolate can do it. It's just not going to look very good. But you could always unattune to it, and then have somebody else that knows how to do tattoos do it.
So he can do it. It won't look good, but it works just fine.
It'll work just fine.
What about a soul day?
Is your
I
soul
don't
day
know.
artsy?
Is the soul date she artsy? She's definitely a bard, and
I
she
don't
knows
know.
how to play
Ask her.
music. She is nowhere to be found in your current area. You guys are in the forge.
I'll tap my
We're
badge.
all in
Soul
the
day.
forge already.
Yeah.
I'm in the forge. I thought they were still in the mess hall.
No, I'm in the forge now too.
No, they're in the forge with it.
Oh.
I'll tap my badge and ask Soul Day if she does art.
If she does tattoos.
Yeah. I'll ask.
You hear Isolde through the comm bags, and you hear her giggling, and she's like, "Bubbles, stop it. It's all right. I'll play with you in a moment." Sorry, what was that, Captain?
Oh, bubbles.
Do you do tattoos?
Yeah. I mean, I do. Ow, Bubbles, and then he's like, "Get off me! Stop it." Sorry, he bit me. I was roughhousing with him with a bit of tug of war. He's a little bit of a scamp. I should probably talk to Fukler about him. I do sketches. I occasionally draw, but tattoos? I haven't done one personally. Why?
Might updating my barrier tattoo.
Oh, well, I mean, I can certainly try. I mean, if my sketches are to go off of anything, I'm decent. But drawing on a person rather than a blank canvas or a piece of parchment, that's a different story. I can certainly try and do so if you wish to risk me giving you a horrible artsy design.
Well, I'll take note of that. I still need 500 gold worth of.
Oh yeah, I got that.
You
You'll
have
just owe
that?
me back later. Yeah. You'll just have to like owe me back something later. Probably like
Owe him
my
back
life.
as he has like 5,000 gold pieces hoarded up.
Well, I was more saying owe me my life, as in like don't let me die in this suicide mission you've signed me up for.
Oh no, I would never do that.
But yeah, no, I have a lot of gold in terms of like and he's like rustling around his pockets. Do diamonds work?
Looks like
Diamonds
Shaka.
certainly work. Well, diamonds certainly work, but diamonds are also used for revivify.
I have
Ooh, no.
I have 1,500 gold pieces of diamonds that I've worked on
That can
already.
work. The revivify only costs about 100.
Depending on the size of the creature.
I was planning on selling these and trying to get more out of them, but I mean,
Do you
if
have
you need it,
other gemstones?
no.
Uh,
Do you have other
do-
gemstones? Can you
None.
replicate the
Chocolate-
gemstones?
No.
Chakna speaks up and he says, "You could always go into your bag and try your luck."
Reminds me, and he's gonna go fish out of his bag again. He's gonna take a look at the jewelry.
Okay.
That he pulled from the cards. Do any of them have gems in them?
You do see in some of the jewelry, some of them are like bangles or, brass or silver rings that are just basic bands. But you do see a few necklaces and you do see a few rings that have a gemstone in them. So if
Do
you
I
were to
know
use
that
your
they-
jeweler's kit, you could probably pick some out for a little bit of extra coin.
Do I know that they'd be worth the 500 that they need?
Oh no, you could probably get a dent in them though. You could probably get maybe 100 gold pieces out of them.
All right, time to pull
Maybe.
from the deck.
No, God.
No, I'm kidding.
All
I
right.
don't feel like doing that again.
Thank you.
I
I don't want to
you
watch
talk
you
I
go
can-
through that again.
I can.
Bayhorn the Artificer.
Yeah, right. I guess in my downtime, I'll work on those gems, but you've got the gems for it. Just find the artist and the ink for it.
I have the ink. And I have an artist.
Well, set a time that's not right now, preferably. Actually, well, you don't need me. You just need the gems.
Mm-hmm.
Then you'll pick out like a diamond or two. That's 500 gold pieces in total. And he'll drop it in KSI's hand.
Pretty chunky diamond.
Yeah.
In exchange, I'm gonna give you this potion of timing I have. I know it's not much, but that way
I
it's
was
a
about to
nice
say,
trade.
like, that's definitely
It's not
the
really
art
a
of the
fair
deal moment right there.
trade.
I
That's
know
definitely
it's
an
not
art
a-
of a deal moment.
I know it's not a decent trade, but
How about
I still want
this?
to give you something.
I'll take it as a down payment. How about that?
There you go.
Down payment.
All right, you still owe me one,
I do.
but I'll take the potion.
Okay.
I might need it. Backpack. All right, I added it to my main page.
Cool. I
Leave it
will
to
then.
me to need to have so many sub pages and then a main page for my character.
Good Lord. How long would it take for Chakna to upgrade the barrier tattoo?
To fully enchant and upgrade it, probably we have everything in order.
Mm-hmm.
It would be easier for a wizard or an enchantment wizard specifically to do this.
How long for me to do it?
Because for you, since you're not an enchantment wizard, let me look up the exact
With-
specification.
I smell something. Who said that? What happened? Oh, hey, Adrian. Random side note. You'll never guess who just DM'd me like an hour ago.
Who?
Rain.
Really?
She wished me a happy birthday.
Oh, good. Glad she remembers.
I'm surprised.
Um,
Haven't
so,
responded yet.
typically you can work about 75 gold pieces per workday from the total amount of what you're putting in.
What if Chakna and
So-
I worked on it together?
If you worked on it together, you can definitely bring it up to about 125 gold pieces worth of the enchantment per day. So since it's going to be a 500 gold piece enchantment, you could probably get it done within 3 to 4 days.
Okay,
The
perfect. We'll tag team
enchantment
it.
itself. The art would definitely have to settle into your skin to fully enhance you. So it would be like a day's worth of rest after the tattoo's been put onto you. So if you did everything in unison, and if there was no mishaps, which there shouldn't be because enchanting an item between 2 people doesn't require too much work on either person, you'd be able to get the tattoo done and on you just before you land on Quidmaris.
That's what we're doing.
All right, that's what you guys are doing.
So we've got another 7 days, 8 days of doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Adrian, I have a question.
What is it?
7 or 8.
Refining diamonds, does that take like work time, or can I do that in like downtime as like a casual activity?
I'm sorry, what was it?
Casually
Can
refines
I
diamonds.
casually refine the rest of my diamonds, or does that count as work hours type of thing?
That'll count as work hours.
Because I got 500 gold pieces left in it, so I want to get that done eventually.
Got it.
Wait a second. If I have gem dust and ink and a tattoo artist, can't I just make my own tattoos?
You could?
Mm-hmm.
All I have to do is find an enchanted needle, right?
Yes.
Which you
So-
could just
which-
make?
No.
No.
An enchanted needle requires special tools to make.
I'll find a book about it later. I like reading.
Like, the only reason why Kaisai has an enchanted needle is because the needle's coming out of her skin, because that's how the item works.
Oh yeah, I remember. She bought it in that ghost town.
So
Yes.
Adrian,
Yes.
so we have 8 days of doing nothing.
You have about 6, maybe 7 or 8 days of doing stuff before you hit Quidmaris.
Okay, so 7 or 8 days. 7 or 8 days. Alright,
Depending
so,
on how I roll on the weather right now, so give me 1 second. Give me a... Or, who wants to roll a D100? Do you want me to roll it, or somebody else wants to roll it?
let me see. So what is?
Fuck it.
Actually, I have a question. How many hours did I get for reading and writing today? Actually,
Well, since you're splitting the time, you probably had 3.5, 3.5.
3.5, 3.5. So
Or 4 and 4, just to be a full 8-hour workday.
let's
Because
do
nothing
3.5,
happened today,
3.5.
except the meeting with Glenn.
So 4 and 4. Cool,
Yeah.
cool.
So who wants to do
I'm pretty
the
sure
D100
Shelby
roll?
did. Shelby rolled a 4.
My lucky number. Does that mean we get more time to do things?
Oh,
It is
my
his
God.
lucky number and his birthday.
Can I have
It
more
is
downtime to
October
do
and
more
it's
forging?
So worried.
However, I do have the list already.
Is it a bad thing? Is it gonna take time away from our downtime?
About
Is it-
3 days into your journey,
Oh,
you as you all conduct your morning business, typically in the mornings when you guys wake up, you all meet up either for breakfast at the mess hall, and then you go to the bridge. You see what's going on outside, see if there's anything needs to be worried about. Thankfully, there's nothing. The astral ley line that you're currently riding on, that is taking you to the edge of the wall near Quinn Marlis, seems pretty peaceful for now. So peaceful, in fact, that as you guys are about to conclude your morning meeting on the bridge, y'all start to hear noises. You hear a lot of squeaking noises, and a lot of squawking, and reverberations of like soaking, like an animal squeaking with their mouth outside. And then you start hearing more and more of that same squeaking going on outside.
Space geese?
Who wants to take a look? Roll a perception check.
I don't know.
I rolled an 18.
18? So you need a 13 to see it. Right away, at least. So Bayhorn, so Bayhorn and Fukuir, as you guys are looking around the window, Caius is like, I don't know where it's at. I can't see anything. You guys currently take a look around, and then you kind of like shift your heads to the left-hand side, and you see these faint outlines of astral, like, I guess you could say, patchworked space dolphins. As they're currently riding, and they're giving you kind of like a show on the side of your ship as they're bouncing and jumping, and they're doing like intricate spin moves around each other.
Keep the sharks inside.
Why?
Because
As you
they're
say,
very...
keep the sharks inside. Immediately, you look outside with the dolphins, and you immediately inside the school of dolphins, you see one round boy already swimming in them.
Uh-oh.
Which one of them is it?
It's Bubbles himself.
No, the man
No.
himself.
I telepathically connect. Bubbles, don't you dare fucking eat them.
Why? They're gonna get mad at us?
Fukler
Yes.
connects. Eat one of them. I need to know how they taste.
Can you taste what Bubbles tastes?
No, he's gonna tell me how they taste. I've given him a
he
very,
speaks-
very basic set of tastes he can tell me.
He speaks back, and he says to the both of you, No, the friends, look. And you see, as he says look, just all around you, like where your shield is like applied to your ship, you start to see wind impacts, like you're going faster.
Space dolphins, Grace.
It kind of is.
We're going faster?
You're going a little bit faster.
So what, 5 days?
Well, time to get back to work. I don't want to lose time.
So as you hit the 3-day mark, you earned an extra day of speed.
Aww.
So now you only need 2 more days to get to Winmaris.
5 days? Let me go ahead and do the math then.
Let me start speed fucking working.
So 12 times 5.
Can I sleight of hand the controls to make us go slower?
Shit! Now I'm not. I would have gotten it before we got there, but never mind.
I was gonna say.
Do you want to?
Kinda.
I would have finished the book.
You
A
could.
little bit.
I would have finished the book.
You could just tell Tiana, like, hey, chill for a day. Just stop.
No, I'm gonna skip sleep for a day. Let's see what that does.
Concentration saving throws.
Yeah, actually, do make me a Constitution saving throw.
So that would be, what's 34 plus 44? That would be. No, that'd be 78.
78. All right, roll me a Constitution saving throw right now. Come on.
Get 2 more hours.
Natural
in. Come on.
20 Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
So,
What is sleep?
like in real life, Preston, just before a final exam, you cram the night before, and in the middle of studying, you almost fall asleep before you lock in and you complete the rest of your work.
Natural 20. Do I take exhaustion or do I not?
don't.
Because I did
You
a
do
natural
not.
20. I was
Because it's a
about to
natural
say.
20, you don't. The exhaustion only would have hit if you hit a 20 or below.
Okay.
But you are
Hit a
like on the
26.
brink of like, if somebody were to hit you on the back of the head hard enough, you just knock out.
I have
Just sleep.
78 hours. 78 hours. No.
Get another 2 in. Come on, let's go.
We're not there.
Can I
That's just
cut my
we had 2
sleeping
days.
short for
2
one night?
days.
Can I only sleep half of one night because I see I'm getting very close.
I'll allow it.
So I'm willing to make another con saving throw if I need
Make
to.
me a one more con saving throw.
Alright.
It'd be
So-
funny if you fail it.
Baba Booey.
Baba
I failed
booey.
it.
No!
You have things. It's been 3 days. You have
So-
spell slots.
You
So,
are
Fugler.
indeed correct. I do have
Fugler.
things, but it's
Hold on,
funnier
hold
that
on.
I failed
Oh.
one.
As you're about to finish off your final scripture and you're reading off the last few pages, you're just
You
like,
know.
I'm gonna lay my head down, and you just knock out.
Fuck. So I don't get those extra hours. Shit. Okay.
You don't get the extra hours.
Ooh, dude, it's 2 hours apiece. It's 4 hours total. I'm right there. I'm like in the very last pages of the book. I'm in the very last pages of the manuscript. No.
Well, hopefully while Chagna's getting his soul back on, you could take an hour or two to read.
Are we at the asteroid?
Oh well, hold on. I was working on my
We still
needle.
got other people working on stuff. So
Oh,
Kayasaya, work
you
on your needle.
space dolphins.
Oh, I've been working on my needle for like 5 days now, so it should be done.
Also, before you officially knock out Fukler, Bubbles kind of passes by you. He looks at you and he says, "Oh yeah, father, it tastes pretty gamey." And then he continues walking and you knock out.
He ate one.
He ate one.
They taste gamey. Good to know.
Gamey. So, Kayasaya, what is your rolls for your enchantment stuff?
I don't know. I wasn't told to roll, and I've been doing this for 5 days.
Well, here's the thing. Between you and Chakna, you don't really need to roll. So I would say just naturally, at the end of the 4th day, and you have the one extra day before you even make it to Quinmaris, you do finish the needle entirety. You grind
Sweet.
down the gem dust, you mix it with all the ink that you're able to replicate, and you manage to fill up and construct a contraption that extends the needle's basin to fill the new and more enchanted ink.
Perfect. I then
You grind
immediately
the dust. You owe me one.
I will pay you back, and I immediately run over to Isolde.
Isolde is currently in the holodeck already, and she's already preparing for your arrival. She made like a full-on like tattoo table, like so you can lay down. She has like incense and other varieties of like snacks or other things around you, because putting on a tattoo for a full limb does take a while. But you meet her in the holodeck, and she kind of looks at you and she says, "Hey, ready to get drawn very crudely by a bard?"
It's just lines. It's not very pictography.
It's more of a personal connection type of thing.
True. But it's not like I'm asking you to draw a portrait.
She's
I
gonna
mean-
do that.
I'd laugh if you asked for Chakna's face to be the tattoo.
I mean, I
Tattoo
could draw.
Chakna's face on your left ass cheek.
I could draw whatever you need me to. Do you want just barrier lines of an arcanic rune? Do you want flowers? I know several
Here's
women
the
get
design.
flowers as tattoos.
Here's the
Nope.
design. So
Oh, boy.
below Chakna's face, it says "I love you," and then all of the runes are right above his head in like a rainbow arc.
Good
Lord.
That'd be so funny, bro.
And he gets the same with Pyra.
No.
You all realize that Pyra's still underage, and this man's an adult.
Fuku would rather cut his
17!
legs off.
You know
She's
what that
17
middle?
now?
No,
Yeah,
she's
you had a birthday.
16.
No, she's
Oh,
17.
even
She had
worse.
a birthday within the month.
Within the month, she'll be 17. But here's the thing: she'll be 17 as a half
He
human, half
just
crystalline.
turned.
He's 19 already. So you know what that will make him? A pedophile.
A pedophile.
No, Romeo and Juliet laws.
Nope.
I really don't think there's Romeo and Juliet laws in the Astral Sea, and in Erisire in general.
Well, she's actually technically
Here's the thing.
3/4 crystalline and 1/4
Here's the
human.
thing. On Erisire, they take drinking and age-related laws very seriously. Every bar has a tome that tells you what age a dwarf can drink at, depending on their species and race. They take it very seriously.
And what age can crystalline drink at?
Crystalline themselves, because they can live up to 1,000 years, about like age 250. But also, crystalline are very brand new, so not a lot of people know what they are.
Know
There
how
you go.
long they can live.
Well, they know how long they can live. They've seen examples already, I'm sure.
But
Yeah.
she's not full crystalline.
Alright, fine. 125 they can drink. Cut it in half because she's half.
Anyway, any fucking way.
And what would Fukler be considered at that point? If he's
Old.
gonna live at 5,000.
Well, here's the thing. Fukler, as a Dragonborn, typically Dragonborns only live to like 70 to 80 years old in general. So as a 19-year-old Dragonborn, he's an adult. That's a
Yep.
man right there.
He's
You're
a
a
full-grown man.
You're a
Mid-20s.
man.
Full-grown man. Yeah,
Marrying
this
a
is a
child.
full-grown man.
Congratulations,
brother.
Fukler. You're gonna go marry a child.
Fukler, as a religious man, would rather kill himself.
Seppuku.
Mm.
Huh? What'd you say?
Said commit seppuku.
I'd go see you told early, get a management job.
That's funny.
Anyway, I'm going to hand Isolde a piece of paper with
Sharkness face on it.
no. With tribal markings and designs from his tribe.
That resemble his face.
No.
Please, Adrian, do this. Make it his face.
No. Shush. Cease to exist.
Quiet you.
I'll see you guys never.
Took 4 hours. 4 hours. 4 hours.
Womp womp.
I'm actually pissed about that.
Man, you had lucky.
No, yeah, I had all of them, but I guess I had locked in my action before I could do anything else. So
Yes, you did.
I can live with it.
Can you?
Yeah, I don't think the book's going really anywhere.
Imagine.
I will kill somebody. I will. Don't tempt me.
He will actually commit murder.
I am in the middle of, like, I'm in the end stages of making a copy. They can have it if they want it. Like, but let me finish the book.
Imagine. It's okay, buddy. You'll get it eventually. Maybe a few hundred years
But
later.
Anyway,
As Isolde-
Ayasaya takes off her stuff and lays down and like directs it from where the tattoo is on her face and like directs her to go down basically the side of her head and neck and go down her back.
All right. I apologize if the lines are a little bit jagged, more to the original design. As you can tell, I'm not from his tribe. But let me get to work. Let me try it. So stay still. It's going to sting a bit, as you already know. So let me go ahead and get her performance check out.
I am fucking ready with silvery barbs.
You cannot do anything because that would cease the attunement process. You are currently stuck.
For the first time,
Uh-oh.
you can't do anything. How does it feel
Naked.
to be powerless?
Hold on.
Powerless.
Hold on.
Can I roll the performance check?
No,
I was about to say, hey, Bayhorn,
Aw.
can you roll silvery barbs?
Bayhorn's in the forge.
He's in
Yeah.
the forge.
Bayhorn's busy. He's
Yeah,
preoccupied
Bayhorn is
right
not
now.
there.
Fugler's going crazy writing in his books.
You have no one to help you.
Like Fugler is over there, like trying to beat the fucking time limit.
It's just a
trying to-
40k book. It's just a
Yeah.
40k. What did Erebus do? Why did he do it? Why did he do it? Horace, listen! Oh my god.
I will cry.
So she rolled a natural 1.
Oh no!
No! I will
Uh,
use my I will
However,
activate my free crit.
you're gonna, you're actually gonna spend a free crit on this. Your birthday crit.
If
You
she
haven't
fucks
spent
this
your
up and I
birthday
don't
crit
get a
yet?
berry,
No, she just had her birthday less than a month ago.
Oh, Shelby, no!
she
Shelby,
rolls a
it's
net 1
okay.
and I can't do anything.
Solde can still she can still roll silvery barbs on herself.
Oh, thank God.
I just wanted to give you some heart attacks real quick.
Why?
So that's 1 silvery barbs off of her. I'll actually, yeah.
What
I'll
have
do
I
that.
done
Okay.
to you to make you do this?
Too many silvery barbs. There it is. There's the nat 20 with a 12 on the side for good measure plus 7. So, with a natural 20 up to 27, an hour, 2 hours goes by as she carefully draws this tattoo extension on you. And within those 2 hours, you feel the magical release of the gemstones and the enchanted ink start to flow through your skin. Then you can feel that the barrier tattoo is starting to take effect already. After the 2 hours that go by, after a few drinks of water, some snacks here and there, just to give yourself time to breathe, because tattoos hurt, and you're not in combat, so it's not like you're ready to prepare to get stabbed or anything. So over like about 30 minutes, you're like, I need a small break, continues on, need a small break, continues on. About 2 hours pass by, and she says, all right, I think it's all finished. I mean, I'm going to pat myself on the back. I was a little bit worried in the beginning, but everything looks pretty damn good. And she holodecks in a long mirror for you so that you can see your side of your arm and your neck and where your face goes to. And it is kind of uncanny how well replicated the art design from the initial part of the tattoo continuing downward.
I give her a big old smile.
It's kind of odd seeing you smile. Are you happy with it?
I am smiling.
I can see that, but are you happy with it? Normally,
Yes.
you can. People do smile and they're not happy.
Oh, no, I don't.
Oh, I understand. Well, I'm glad you like it. Is everything good about it? Like, is there anything that's wrong?
No. You're great.
Well, I'm happy to have served, and I'm happy that everything worked out correctly. You see Isolde puts the mirror and stuff away, and she says, now, I know with tattoos, don't touch them. Try not to get the area wet for at least 24 hours, so be careful with that, alright?
Understood.
Also, since you're vegetarian, I can't exactly say eat a lot of protein, because typically that helps with the healing process, but,
You will be
think
surprised with how much food, not meat, has protein in it.
I guess I would be surprised, but I'm not much of a cook, or one with nutritional value whatsoever. Actually, I think a good berry might be able to help you out just normally. But anyways, I'm glad everything worked out well. I'm glad that I somehow miraculously drew it almost perfectly.
You did wonderful.
Good.
I will thank.
All right. So as your tattoo is now settling in, since it is the day before you hit Quinn Morris, you can go ahead and add the new tier of the tattoo onto your inventory.
Yes, who's
Bayhorn.
AC of 18?
Yeah, baby. Bayhorn.
I might live now.
Yeah, baby.
So Bayhorn, how long and what you doing in the forge? Bayhorn?
Mel.
He left.
Did
got
he-
My
taken
shit
by
muted
a-
itself.
Ow.
Damn.
I didn't say
Oof.
much.
Get-
I mainly said,
should-
Shelby, I hope you know that things hit a lot harder than 18 now.
I know.
Yeah.
You won't feel a difference at all. I haven't felt a difference in forever, and I got my armor upgraded.
Look,
You guys feel
I can
things?
hope. Shut the fuck up.
24.
You know, when you
AC.
feel things, you feel them. I hope you know that.
Oh no, yeah.
Mhm.
When I feel things, they hurt a lot.
when I feel things, good thing I'm unemotionally unavailable.
Good thing
I
I'm
don't feel it
emotionally
all.
back
Literally.
home.
Unemotionally
Yeah.
available for fucking Pyra.
Right.
Dang. Well, I'm not marrying a 17-year-old. Go away.
That's funny. Anyway, what were you saying, Adrian?
I was saying, have you been working in the forge for these last 5 days?
Oh yeah, I've been doing the same damn thing.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
So what's that? 40 hours of work?
If you are going to do the full 8 hours each day for 5 days, yeah, 40 hours.
I don't know what else I'd be doing, so
I don't know, living a life.
I am living a
Damn.
life.
I don't think working is living a life like that, my friend.
I mean,
How
what
about,
else
you
can
know,
do?
spend some time with your fucking wife?
Damn.
I mean, kinda.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did? Oh, there they are.
All right.
Yeah, no, I
Go
just
ahead.
figured out that I had a wife like a month ago. I'm not like you,
True.
spending like their entire waking moment of every single hour of every single day of their life for years trying to resurrect a dead person. That was my husband.
It's okay. You'll understand love in the future.
No, that's not love.
Sure.
That's psychotic tendencies. I don't want that. Anyway. Do you want me to roll 5 different rolls or just one big one?
One big run, please.
Alright.
With the
Natural
dice
20. I
rolling
want a
on.
silvery barbs.
Do you
Can
want a
I-
silvery barbs?
Can I silvery barbs?
It's up to you. A 19's decent, but
That
if you
was
want a silvery barbs,
I want a better
Sure.
roll. A natural 20.
Damn.
I'm gonna add
What
my
the
flash
fuck?
of genius for 31.
Damn, a lot of natural 20s today, and this is only a short mini session.
I needed help.
With a natural 20 to Flash of Genius to 31, you said?
31.
Just like the previous week with your other natural 20 you did on the Forge last week. Everything goes by. Yeah, everything goes by not only half the time, but also technically a quarter, because the flame sprite that you have from Hugh already has the time.
So I got
So-
4 times the time.
Let's see. So half the
That's-
time of So 40, 20, plus another 20. So you'd get 80 hours worth of work. You're an overachiever, my friend.
Wait. Let me think about this. If it halves the time, then I double my work productivity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so that'd be 80.
So if I
then you
quarter it, does that mean they get
it'd be 20.
quadruple my working time, or just another?
So another 20 hours.
They got 100 hours.
Brain not work.
100 hours.
Hang on. Okay. I think for some reason I was thinking like, if it halves my time but I'm doing it for the full time, then I get double the time. So if it quarters my time, then I get 4 times the time. I think that's what I was thinking. I think I was thinking math is
D&D
hard,
and
man.
math.
Alright, so how many hours do I need also, by the way? How many hours am I supposed to hit?
How many hours were you supposed to hit? I told you to write it down.
You did not tell me what to write down. You just told me that it would take a few weeks. And you told me to keep track of how many hours I've gotten.
Yeah, and how many hours do you have now?
192
192 hours?
with this final check.
Okay. So this is what type of automaton is this? Like, what's the material you're gonna make the external body out of? Metal or stone
He's
or
he's
flesh
being
or clay?
he's being made primarily out of Sable theorem.
Sable theorem, which is gonna be like more gem-like.
Is it? I thought it was a metal.
Well, yeah, it's like more of a metal, kind of akin to
Is,
iron, but stronger.
is it a metal gem? Is it like mithril?
It's like a metallic gem, like mithril, yeah.
Okay.
So let's see here.
And I think I'm gonna be making Rigby, which is my
Is this the smaller one or the bigger one?
Rigby?
Yeah.
Rigby's my barbarian, so he's the bigger
Your
one.
barbarian? It's gonna take a little bit more
Well,
time then.
I guess he would be the bigger one, huh?
Yeah. It's going to take you. Do you want to know the exact hours? You want me to tell you, or you want me to keep it secret?
I guess
Because
I'll take
I will
a-
say, with your 190 hours, you got quite a bit of the beginning work done. I would say because of your big leap of time and like work, you would hit another checkpoint, and I have the checkpoint written down.
I hit another checkpoint.
Yes.
What's the checkpoint?
If you were to make a natural one and fail and like have a catastrophic failure, you would not drop below 180 hours worth of work.
Oh, good. That's a huge checkpoint.
It is a
'Cause
huge.
I think the other one was just I wouldn't drop below like 40 or 50.
40 or 50. This is another checkpoint. The checkpoints get significantly longer between checkpoints.
Makes sense. Really glad that I have advantage on doing this stuff.
Yes.
Helps me out.
So I would say let's say averaged out, let's round up to 200 hours. The 200 hours worth of work already placed onto your automaton, and since this is the bigger one, it's going to take a little bit extra time. You've gotten a big chunk of it done already. You still got, you think on average, if you were to continue this hot streak, maybe 2 to 3 more weeks worth of work.
Damn.
Like what Chakna and Kaisai said, when they built Kintsugi, it took a considerable amount of time.
Has Chakna come at any point to look at what I've been doing throughout these 5 days?
He has, but he hasn't said anything to you. He's basically the silent master overlooking the student, and he's just watching you work.
Oh, okay. So what do I have done so far? What's it looking like?
So, how's it looking like, right?
Because I'm just working on the skeleton right now, right? Like the frame of him.
Yeah, you have like the skeletal frame going, and you already see like with the magic and the enchantments that you put into the body, you already start to see like flashes of arcane energy start to like course through it. So it's retaining the magic needed to power on the body. You could potentially turn it on right now, but it'll just be the skeleton. It wouldn't have any or most use at all.
It would just be able to walk around.
Yeah.
So right now his frame is completely done,
His inner frame is completely done.
like his exoskeleton.
Yeah.
So now I have to
Where-
work on building him, like
Technically,
plating.
it's not an exoskeleton. It's just his body, his skeleton.
Endoskeleton.
Endoskeleton, yeah.
So I basically now need to make him his quote unquote skin.
Yeah, if you think of it that way.
So I have to make his like outer frame, his actual like shaped body.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to ask Chakna some questions about that part, but I think this is good because it's sturdy, right? Like I've tested it, I'm sure, like throughout my forging. It's sturdy, right? It can take a beating.
Yeah, it's pretty sturdy. You could hit it with a few things and it wouldn't really do much unless like you intentionally want to cause serious damage to it.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go ask Chakna what he thinks. I'm gonna bring him in on the final day after this work day.
Okay. So as you reach and look over for Chakna, um, Chakna comes over to your station and he doesn't really say anything to you. He kind of just silently looks over at the work you're doing. You then hear him have a pretty heavy sigh and he looks over at you and he says, "You know, I know that a thief is your main profession, but I feel like in another life you would have had a pretty decent calling as an artificer."
I mean, I I I don't know if you know this, but I did make a deal with the blacksmith in one of the cities we were at.
No, you haven't told me about that.
Yeah, you know the Sable Theorem, and like he had some, so I sold him some to make some other coin, and he made me a business deal. So if this stuff becomes the new iron, I may have accidentally just made the new Sable Theorem age and it become one of the monopolies of it.
Well, I hope that gives you plenty of coin in the future. And hopefully you don't cause too much trouble introducing a new material out into the wild for them.
Well, I'm not sure what it does, but it definitely retains magic, and he'll poke at it while channeling just general arcana to let it circulate.
Huh.
It works. I think if I powered it, it would be able to like walk around. It wouldn't be able to do anything, I don't think. Maybe lift some lighter things or help around the ship with like basic light duties, but I need to build its plating.
Well, you're definitely on the right track. I think maybe within 2 to 3 weeks of good work, you might be able to finish it off pretty quickly. Far quicker than what Kaisai and I did with Kensuke, but that was more of a less focused project that we had going on for a while.
I have help, and he'll point to the little fire elemental chilling out in his forge fire.
That is true, you do have help.
I'd say a
We
week.
didn't really have too much help. It was more of a... We took turns taking care of it as much as we could.
Well, hopefully this guy will be able to take care of us a little better. Maybe we can find our allies and maybe some old friends.
I hope so.
Adrian,
Yeah.
I had a really silly idea.
What is your silly idea?
Warforged are considered constructs, right?
Yes, they are considered constructs.
Constructs don't need to breathe, right?
They do not. They do not need to breathe.
And so Warforged in turn do not need to breathe.
They do not need to breathe. Nor do they need to sleep. They kind of just go in like an elven power off state where they
I
kind of
have
just...
an idea.
Oh yeah? What's your
It's
idea?
a very goofy idea, and I might do it with Rigby.
Goofy.
Yeah?
I am not telling anybody except for you. I'm DMing this to you because I want everybody to be surprised if I do it.
Okay. Alright. Let me see it. Hmm.
You made him.
That's
Oh my
answer,
god, you're
Cedric.
right. Oh my
That's my
god, you're
answer,
right.
Cedric.
Oh my god, I have things to do. I have things to change and things to do. Oh my god, this is gonna be so funny.
Congratulations, Cedric.
You want to
I
share
have,
with the class
no,
and get our surprise now?
no,
No, no, no. I'd
Sure.
rather
no.
find out
You
Share
don't
about
with
it
get
the
to
once
know
we get
yet.
to
cast.
it.
You don't get to know
Should-
yet. This is
Would you like
something
to
that I have
share
to
with the
work on.
viewers?
This, Adrian, alright, you know what? Anything involving this, you're just gonna have to understand that this is gonna happen in the background, but I will let you know when I do the major stuff.
Okay.
Actually, wait, Adrian.
Cedric.
I. Okay. Oh man, Adrian, are you excited for the shenanigans that I can think of now?
Yep. I am excited.
I might have to enlist the help of our friendly paladin.
Oh,
You don't get to know yet though. I'll tell you when it happens.
okay.
You motherfucker. Oh my god, I've come up with a genius plan.
Oh boy.
I need to do some research.
He needs to do research, ladies and gentlemen. And as he does that research, as the dawn of the last day commences, as you all awaken to, again, the empty void of the astral sea. However, you know that, thankfully, it is today's going to be the end of the trip to Quinmars. You have about 5 hours-ish left.
Yes! That's funny.
That was
So,
hilarious.
who wants to do their last few things before you guys make it to Quinmars?
4 hours reading, writing, ready to go.
And I will say, with your 4 hours of reading and writing, you do manage to complete the book.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Pop champagnes.
I have boons now. Yeah. I get a +2 to wisdom now. Yeah.
So, you have a +2 to wisdom.
I have a lot of stuff.
You do have a lot of stuff. So, let's get started and finished off with Fukler's things, shall we?
Mhm.
So, to begin with, Fukler, as you are finishing studying the book, you get 2 random properties that I will benefit you after we finish up everything else. So to start with, add a +2 to your wisdom score. So now you're up to 15 wisdom.
You're so wise.
Damn, he's wiser than me now.
Oh, damn.
You now have enlightened magic. Whenever you expand or expend a cleric or paladin spell, it'll count as a spell slot of 1 level higher. So if you cast it a level 1 slot, it'll be a level 2 technically. And then so on and so on. You now suddenly have a halo start to grow around the back of your head.
Holy.
The halo sheds a bright light in a 10-foot radius and a dim light for an additional 10 feet. So that means if Bayhorn is near you, he cannot hide well.
What are you talking about? I have advantage, period.
In bright light, you do not.
What?
Remember, I told you that in dim and darkness, you do.
But I have the cloak infused into my other cloak.
Oh, that is true. So you're fine. But still,
Nah.
it's funny.
It's funny.
AKA
It's funny.
Fukler 100% is not allowed to go on the heist.
I can turn it off.
Well, yes, you could turn it off.
Save you.
And while present, the halo will give you advantage on charisma persuasion checks when you enter it with good creatures, and intimidation checks with evil creatures. In addition, fiends and undead who try to hit you with a melee attack will attack you with disadvantage because of the halo. However, as you finish reading the book, you do see that the book clasps itself with a heavy thud on the lock and closes quickly and violently on your table. And as soon as the book starts to shake, and starts to float. It disappears out of existence in front of you.
Hope you finished that copy.
That's not a copy. That's a 1 of 1.
I
I'm
hope
making
you
a copy.
finished the copy already.
It should have counted. Every sentence I read, I write a sentence. Every sentence I read, I write a sentence. Every sentence I read, I write a sentence. So as long as I have the last sentence memorized. Should be fine.
Also, now every 10 days you have to make an act of kindness or generosity, or else you'll lose your benefits.
Give Bayhorn a coin every 10 days.
And if you willingly perform something evil, you'll lose all
Yeah.
the benefits.
Yeah, I know.
Now you have to be good. You're locked in.
I've
The
been good.
Oathbreaker cannot happen.
I've been good 99% of the time.
Well, you better hope that 1% doesn't bite you in the ass.
And the only time I've been evil, it's monetarily evil, not like killing people.
Well,
Does that
can't be
count as evil,
monetarily
Adrian?
evil.
What
Does
am
that
I?
mean that I have to do all of your fucking shady business deals now?
I'll let you
Yes.
get an extra cut if you do.
Oh, shit. You better make me more charismatic then. Figure it out.
Mhm.
Maybe.
Find me the charismatic book and I'll do it.
Wisdom of 15. Wow. By the way, Adrian, I hope you know that it's an attunement item.
Yeah.
I have permanently less 1 attunement slot.
Hitting
Well,
of
here's
the
the thing,
mic.
right? So here's the thing. It unattunes to you because it disappeared.
Oh, so I don't. So I just need to do everything now. I need to fix
Yeah.
up all my stuff.
Yeah, you need to fix up
Okay.
all your stuff. You do everything now. And the book is unattuned to you because it disappears and it jumps to a different plane of the multiverse to give light and insight to whoever might need it next.
Got you. So +2 to wisdom. 2. So that's 15. What else does it do? I need to make sure I have advantage. On both persuasion and intimidation. So my persuasion skills are going through the roof, guys.
Nice.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. I know. And Adrian, nothing happens to the copy, I'd assume?
As far as you can tell, nothing's wrong with it.
Or nothing good happens to it either, it's just there?
It's just there. As far as you can tell, it's written in your handwriting. It looks fine to you. Everything looks great.
Alright. So, I wonder who would have an interest in having these.
Any librarian?
I mean, yes, any
Cleric or
librarian, yeah.
paladin.
Cleric or paladin. So I might send the. How much money can I make selling these to churches?
A fuck
A
ton?
lot of money.
For your beneficial properties, do you want me to roll or do you want to roll?
For beneficial properties?
You get 2 minors and 2 majors.
What are the minor? So I know the
can't tell
majors.
you.
Oh, I get more beneficial. Ooh. Fuck.
Minor.
Shut up, Cedric. I have to roll 4 for 4 of them, right?
Yeah, so we'll start with the 2 minors. So roll a d100, or do you want me to roll the d100?
I'll roll a d100. Shabang! So that's 44. Wow, Cedric, your lucky numbers.
Yep.
Deathity
Alright.
death. Is that what it sounds like in Chinese?
So, with a
Cancel it
44,
out.
Deathity death. What do you mean, wow, Adrian? What do you mean, wow?
as a 44, as long as you continue to have this beneficial like halo around you, because this is basically the artifact's mark on you. So as long as you continue to do good deeds, and every 10 days and you don't do an evil deed, you'll have this until something happens. You are now resistant to fire damage.
Oh, as long as I keep the halo on, or as long as I keep the book?
The halo, because the halo is the book's mark, because the book is now gone.
Okay, so I'll add that to my resistances.
Yes.
Good lord.
Resistance to
So
fire.
now you are resistant to cold, necrotic, and fire now. All right. Roll me another D100.
Oh my god.
He's so happy.
I am very happy. 84.
84.
Mm-hmm. If it's cold, I'm already resistant to it.
You said 84?
84.
Okay. 84. Bum, 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 ba-da-da.
Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba.
Well, that's a bummer.
Is it cold?
No. You rolled that you're immune to disease, but you're
Ah!
paladin,
Nah,
Already
so
immune.
you're already immune to disease. Now
Ah,
you're double
shucks.
immune.
I can't get
Give him
holy
another
sick.
one.
You can't get normally sick anymore.
I can't get
Common
holy
cold?
sick.
Holy sickness. All right. So that's your second D100, because it's all part of
If
luck.
I did silver
Now-
guards right now, could I re-roll that?
No. Now-
Damn it.
Here is the big ones, the two majors. So roll me a D100.
Baba Booey. 19.
19?
19. 1-9.
Oh. Damn. You got lucky.
Really?
You got really lucky. Let's see. As you are preparing to continue on with the rest of your day, you feel a little bit more quicker, a little bit more, how you say, dexterous. You got a +2 of dexterity.
Ooh!
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Good lord.
I have a 13 in dexterity, finally!
Guess what? It doesn't really work with anything but just giving him +1s to dexes now. Like, that's all about it. His AC doesn't go up because he's wearing heavy armor and other shit.
What was the full effect?
The full effect was to give you a +2 to ability score of the DM's choice.
Oh my god, hell yeah.
Your
Let's
initiative goes
go.
up, I think.
Does
Your
my
initiative
initiative
did go up by
What?
1. So now you have a +4 instead of a +3.
Welcome to the club.
Alright, so roll me one more D100. This is your last major beneficial property.
Oh, your stealth goes up too.
Yeah.
Perfect
Maybe
for the
you
heist.
can come with me.
Perfect for the heist.
Another 44.
Another 44?
Another 44.
Oh. Okay. I mean, this isn't that bad.
What do you mean?
Your walking speed increases by 10 feet.
Hey, it's a free mobile.
Oh, it's a
Like half mobile.
40.
It's a free half mobile, technically. You just get 10 extra movement speed. That's it. By walking, at least. Well, walking is also combat running, so yeah, you know what I mean. So not bad. Not bad rolls.
These are pretty good. I like it.
These are pretty good beneficial properties.
I am now resistant to fire.
And as the beneficial properties take in full effect as you all meet up outside into the bridge, y'all notice that somebody walks in basically holding a flashlight. As you look over, and it's Fugler, and behind his head is like a mystic halo that is just glowing.
Fugler's just
I now have to draw a
rolling his head
halo.
on his. Fugler
Now
is
she has
rolling
to
his
draw a
head on
halo.
his shoulders. So he's like,
Yes, you know we are like the
Nice
complete opposites,
sketch.
right? You have a halo on your shoulder. I have an inky black web that saps life on my shoulder.
delicious.
Delicious.
I thought that was funny.
I'm very happy about this.
You see Finnegan kind of chuckle as he's drinking his coffee and looks at you. He's like, "Hey, you're looking a little bit bright."
Thanks. I finished my book.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Couldn't tell.
How's that copy going on?
I finished writing the last sentence, and then the book started to open up, flipped all its pages through, clashed violently, and disappeared.
Well, I'm hoping you're not missing any pages then.
No, I'm fine. The pages of my copy are fine. But I checked it over. It looks fine. But the book itself is gone.
All right.
But
Can I
you want to take a look? Apparently, according to legends, it's not that interesting to anybody other than the paladin that's currently reading the real book. So I don't know how interesting it would be to other people reading the non-magical book, but hey, librarians will pay a fortune for this. Paladins and clerics will pay a fortune for this. So, who knows?
All right,
Knowing the good deeds of the past are quite valuable, apparently.
Finnegan reaches out and he takes the copies of what you made. And as he starts to flip through the pages, he kind of like tilts his head a little bit, and you hear him kind of like, Fugler, are you sure?
I copied it word for word.
I believe you. You did spend a lot of time on that, but he flips it over to like one of the front pages, and he points at the pages. What does it say? And you're starting to read it, and it's in perfect common. It says like, you know, how the virtue of good could ever last between a community and its people.
Yeah.
You can read it perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And he kind of like takes it back and he looks at it and he's like, I can't read this.
Huh? What do you mean?
I can't read it. It's ineligible to me. It's not even a language.
Fugler, can he cast comprehend languages on somebody else?
Yeah, you can.
So I'm gonna cast comprehend languages on Finnegan.
All right.
And say, hey, can you give it a look one more time?
He looks down. He just shakes his head. No, it's still the same.
Weird.
Did you write this in like a weird code or something?
No. I can read it perfectly fine. Like, for me at least, it's all the words of the book on the page.
Huh. Anybody else want to take a look at this?
Bayhorn, you want to take a look for me real quick? That'd actually be really helpful if you could.
He'll look at it.
Bayhorn, all you see, it's weird. You know how deep speech looks like, where deep speech is like the crazy ramblings of like sketches and like crude pictures for deep speech. This is kind of the opposite. It's more like the scribbles almost in like have like some weird holiness to them. Like you can tell that this is a holy scripture, but you can't read it.
Fukler, I'm afraid to tell you that the combination of these words makes you can't read it if you're not you or someone like you.
Huh.
So you basically made a less magical version of whatever the fuck you had.
Bet.
Well,
You're
Finnegan
welcome,
does
by the
speak up a
way.
little bit. Well, I mean, you can still preach it. I mean, it's not entirely
Well-
useless, I guess.
You know what? Actually, this actually serves you well because you know what this means when you try and sell copies of this, if you ever
Mm.
do.
What?
You have this is basically a mark of authenticity because a fraud anybody can read. If we can't read this, it means it's real. It was copied from the real book.
I like the way you think.
You have nobody can dispute it.
There might be some people out there that might be able to read it, but if there are few and far between.
It's probably just anybody who's pure and holy. Other clerics and paladins, probably.
You hear Chalkman kind of cough a little bit. He says, "All right, guys, we're almost there." And he points out to the window. And what you see out to the window is a very barren, almost yellowish looking rock formation. This smaller looking asteroid that is currently drifting off in the middle of the astral sea alone in almost pure void of darkness with little to no starlight around you guys. That's Quinn Mars. That's where we'll hopefully find the other part of me inside. The top is completely barren. At the very least, when we land, there'll be some vegetation. But the real trick is to get inside the asteroid. That's where my home was. And that's where generally most of the vegetation will be growing. So everybody, get yourselves ready, because we'll be landing within the hour.
Heck yeah. Big shock now.
And with that, with Fukler finishing off his Book of Exalted Deeds after a tiring 2.5 weeks of writing down seemingly a copy that only works for him, but also gaining the beneficial properties of reading the book, Bayhorn fixing up his forge and his automaton, Kaisaya upgrading her tattoo, and the various small things that has happened throughout this trip so far. You guys are about to land on Quinn Maris, and the next time we meet, you'll be facing whatever lurks down below onto the surface and whatever has been left inside, if anything has been left at all, from the wake of the destruction of the Githyanki War about 30 to 40 years ago. And that's what we'll call today's episode. This very quick mini session that a lot of stuff actually got done today, thankfully.
See, I told you.
So, good work, gentlemen and lady.
There you go. Side question. Hey, Fukler, what color is your halo?
I have no idea. What color is it?
It's up to you, man.
It's up to you. It's your halo, unless you want me to describe it.
RGB
I had it.
playing caramel
No.
dancing in the background.
No,
I cannot animate yet.
not RGB.
I
was
can't
thinking it'd be
animate.
more.
RGB,
I was
I like
thinking-
that.
I was thinking it'd be more how the portrait of the champion of the Raven Queens would look like.
What, just like a black circle behind his head?
It would be a black circle with a white outline to signify the holiness, because you are a paladin of Yatult, which is death.
Yep, a black circle with very faint, like, pokes coming out of it, and it's like
Yeah.
a white outline on it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still bright enough that it'll emit the bright light around you.
Yep.
which Kaisaya, or fucking Kaisaya, Shelby, I'll go ahead and do this. Hey, here's the thing. Sometimes I call Cedric Bayhorn, and sometimes I call Preston Fukler for odd reasons. So Shelby, I'll send you the image of the halo that we're talking about.
I already kind of got one going.
All right, awesome.
Is it
So yeah, that'll
RGB?
be no, it's not.
No, it is not, because I cannot do.
Lame. RGB.
But anyways, thank you guys for playing, and also those of you at home who are listening. Thank you for watching, if anybody's watching at all. Good session, guys.
Oh yeah, great session.
Great session. We will be back to playing again this Saturday. It would be great. The 18th. It's weird calling a D&D session at 11 o'clock again, because I feel like we should be continuing, but we're not.
Shelby has to go to sleep.
I
She
gotta go
does.
work.
She gotta go work. Cedric, league
Yes.
time?
League time? I gotta go check on dinner, but sure.
Oh, well then go check on dinner.
I will.